Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 542.
542.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel and Universal Fan Travel because they deal with Universal as well and they are Universal specialists. So if you're looking for a Disney trip or a Universal trip or any cruise line, they specialize in all of that. And today we're talking all about Universal Epic Universe, and that's something that they have also researched and already, been through the park and everything so far.
And you can go online and get a free, no obligation quote.
Yes.
So this week we're going to start off by talking about our overnight stay here at the Universal Helios Grand Hotel, and then 2 preview days that we did at Universal Epic Universe.
Right. We stayed just one night at the Universal Helios Grand Hotel room, which is right here at Epic Universe. And really, I think it really set you up especially for a terrific day.
Right. I mean, look at how beautiful the hotel is. You had been in Epic Universe before. I had not.
And the Helios Grand Hotel.
And the hotel, right. So for me, it was all new, and it was very exciting to look out the window and see the park and know I'm going to finally go the next day.
And we got the hotel at a really good price online, $450 for this park view room.
Was it a Florida resident?
No, I don't think so. It was just they have like dynamic pricing, and normally it's like right now almost every day for this type of room seems to be closer to $900. So we ended up with a really good rate, and that's why we came here for the night. And also, when I toured it, just this was my favorite thing ever was this view, and fortunately the fountains were working, and everything seemed to be working from what we could see.
It's a beautiful hotel, but really the theme park room to me is the reason to stay.
Right.
We ended up getting room service at night because we couldn't pull ourselves away from the window. It was so entertaining to watch it go from night to day. Also, we couldn't get into the bar.
Right, we couldn't get into Bar Helios.
But even if we did, we wouldn't have stayed that long, I don't think. I think our room really had a better view than I think at the bar, so I think we would have ended up there anyway.
And I think it was cheaper for us to do room service as well. It was actually not a bad price. We, split a couple items. So here is Stardust Racers. That is such a popular attraction. It will be one that I probably will never ride, but such a popular roller coaster.
Well, you have ridden the Velocicoaster, and I have also. Front row, we rode that thing.
I rode it once. And
this one is supposed to be not as intense.
That's
as
not what I've heard. So it may have more airtime. So again,
we'll see.
No, you may ride it.
This is the entrance, and we're going to show that again.
Yes.
But there is a special entrance, and that's one of the advantages of staying at the hotel, where you are able to enter the park an hour early.
And I just want to say the rooms are nothing special. The hotel feels more like a moderate hotel, but to me, staying in that park view room was everything, and also being here at Epic Universe, where you could just walk in, also was really great.
So we're going to talk about this nice lunch we're having at Flora Taverna. How do you say it?
I would say Flora Taverna.
Taverna?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, we started. I
never thought about it. Flora Taverna.
Taverna.
We ate here
at this restaurant. It was delightful.
We ate at this restaurant. You had a beer.
Yes, I did. It was a Blue Moon, a Belgian. It was a kind of a warm day, so this was very refreshing. And the bread that we just showed you with the olive oil, you pay for that.
You pay for it. Yes. This is in France. France, you get bread.
France, it's like the law.
Which I love. So anyway, I think we had here we always like to split
the Caesar. We've had Caesars, so many different Caesars all over the place. This one actually had what are these little
you
fish?
had the sardines.
Yes.
I don't eat that. Or no. Is it sardines or anchovies?
It could have been anchovies.
It's probably
anchovies. I ate them. They were nice.
Because Caesar salad tends to often have anchovies if you're going to get a fish with it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's been very rare.
We're looking at pizza now, but anchovy dressing is common.
I see.
So here we're looking at pizza. It wasn't great pizza.
Well, we are spoiled by that pizza in France.
Right. But
which was like Rome pizza, which was delicious. This was a fine margarita pizza.
It was fine compared to what we've had.
It was
okay.
Right.
So now we are at the pool area, and you've got the Lotus Lagoon,
we spent a good amount of time. We spent a good amount of time at the pool.
We did, and I thought
drinks. It was nice, very good service. The pool experience, top notch. I would say,
right.
Top notch.
The pool was very is large. There's like a little jacuzzi. There's no slide or anything, so it's a nice pool. I actually really enjoyed it.
Right, it's quite relaxing.
But
we were there for a couple hours.
Right, I wasn't looking to swim a lot or anything. This is the view from our room in the evening. The lighting now until 5 a.m. There was fountains and lighting going
all night.
All night. And
anytime we'd wake up at night,
I
I never even closed the curtain. I just love to be able to. If you wake up, you look up and see what's going on. It's really part of the whole experience. And as we said before, we ordered room service, brought the chairs up to the window, and just enjoyed that view all night.
Right, and it was really great. But then at 5 a.m. the fountain stopped. So
they did some maintenance at that point.
Yeah, that's what it looked like until 9 a.m. So we had breakfast at the same place, Flora Taverna.
See, we figured it out now.
No, I think that's what I said.
Well,
that's what I said to begin with.
Somebody suggested that we try the breakfast
tavern
buffet. And this is what we're showing some of the items that are on the breakfast buffet. I would highly recommend this. At first I was thinking it sounds a little expensive, but what you get, to me, my opinion quickly changed.
Well, I kind of pushed it because I thought it would be nice to have a nice breakfast and go many hours before we need lunch.
Right, which was
we're heading
wise.
Into Epic Universe. Thank you.
And they even have this nice cheese table. You know me, I was spoiled by all the cheeses in France here, so I got to have my cheeses and meats in the morning with the breakfast. That was delightful as well.
I thought the breakfast was higher quality than our lunch, which is why I wanted to do this, and I thought the food was overall really good.
And it really, if you did a la carte and then you had drinks, it would have been almost the same price.
Those carrots were really good. That was the vegetable of the day. Right, like you had, I think it was fresh squeezed orange juice. That's what it tasted like. And then coffee. Like just...
and you just saw some smoked ham. That was very good. I enjoyed that.
And the bacon and all.
Very good bacon.
Everything
Omelets, they had make your own, or not, you would order the omelets.
I would rather have breakfast like this than have a dinner here.
And it included the orange juice, it included the coffee, as much coffee, and there you saw my selection of cheeses, and then my first round of breakfast. We didn't go too crazy, at least I don't think.
And the eggs weren't runny, which was nice because so many places have runny eggs.
And there's you went heavy on the carrots.
There were good carrots, and I love good carrots. I probably got more carrots, my next plate. And also there was
how
fruit.
Healthy.
No, when we got the fruit, I was like, oh, it's too bad there's not, like strawberries and such. But then at the end of the meal, they put out some like strawberries and blueberries. And I'm like, I got some, but I wasn't hungry anymore for them.
And I just barely had enough hunger left to try out one of the omelets. I went with... I think I had most of the meats here, some Swiss cheese. It was some
It looks
veggies.
like you got everything.
No, it wasn't everything. It wasn't
really?
everything, but it was really good. I enjoyed the omelet. Excellent. I would do that again. And the only thing that I would have liked to see was smoked salmon. Mm-hmm. No smoked salmon, as far as I could find on the buffet.
Right, and there were pancakes, which you could see on my plate as well.
So a quick run back to the room. I wanted to show out the window. What they do is, as they let the guests in, you still have to wait in this little area before everybody heads off into the park at, I think they opened it at around, let's see, the park opened at 11, so it was about...
A little bit before 10 probably. Yeah. And we did not race out, so...
We were still, right at 10 we were out. We got to Nintendo World. Nintendo World was a bust for us because the thing we wanted to ride, which was the minecart...
Minecart Madness was, they said 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know if that was really the case.
And then it was down also.
Right.
It didn't.
So then it had a delay and everything.
We were very wise to cut and run. We did we were out of there quickly.
Well, I said, let's just go over to Dark Universe, and we did.
Well, actually, we stopped at the carousel first.
Oh, I
remember?
Forgot about,
so we actually
I totally
had a ride
forgot about that.
So we had a nice ride on the carousel.
All right, so we rode the carousel, which was very nice. And then we came to Dark Universe.
This is rope drop, by the
Yeah.
way, at Dark Universe. We were able to go through the Monsters ride.
Monsters Unchained.
Monsters Unchained. And I think it was about 10 minutes to get in. No
was
more
great.
than 15, probably 10. And afterwards, I got to encounter the Invisible Man here, which was quite fun.
Who is totally not invisible.
I know. He's
does
wrapped up.
did discuss that.
But he was great. Excellent interactions. All the Universal meet and greets that we encountered, excellent interactions. We also met the bride. We met Frankenstein's monster, Igor, Toothless, of course, other dragons. It was, and then we saw Toad.
Yes, so it was
Toad too.
And there goes the Invisible Man.
It's so much fun. I could spend much of the day in any of these land except for the Super Nintendo World. I think it's too Las Vegas type for me. I don't know, all that noise.
Well,
I wouldn't want that all day.
Right, and like I have almost zero
Nostalgia.
no, like I didn't play Nintendo growing up. I played Atari and then Xbox, so I didn't do a lot of that. So here we are in Isle of Berk. We've already made our way. There are, 5 themed lands, and this is one of them.
This is the rope drop we did on our second day. We went straight to Isle of Berk because I really wanted to ride the Dragon Racers Rally. And this was something that I wanted to do on the first day, but we just ran out of time. We really were very successful in the rides on the first day. The second day, there was a lot of weather, a lot of rides down. Some rides never opened. So very different between the 2 days. But it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I rode that. It was a short ride, but I think it was something you could do and probably enjoy.
Right, I did not ride it. So as we're walking around, we saw Cloud Jumper, it's like his head as an animatronic. I mean,
it reminds me of like Buff from the
right.
Country Bears. He's just kind of mounted on this building. But it's
and
amazing
vocalizing.
animatronics. Really, really spectacular.
And the thing is, the more you walk around Epic Universe, so far, in the 3 times that I've been there, there's new stuff to me every time and a lot of new stuff.
This was a very wise choice. We decided, even though it said 65 minutes, I really wanted to meet Toothless. And it looked like if all the time worked out, we might have a bonus meet, and it turned out we got that.
And on the second day, though, that we went together, it said 2 photos only, which
right.
We'll see what happens because guests really want to, touch the dragons and such. So we'll see what happens. And so we were really lucky to get to see Astrid and Stormfly because really the one character here that you're pretty much guaranteed to see, right, is Toothless. Toothless is always here.
He's really the only one because any of the other characters, either they're not there or they could be different.
Right, because Hiccup was not here when we met, but Astrid and Stormfly are often not here. So we were really fortunate, and guests were, it was really nice to have them both.
It was magical. It was truly magical. Stormfly is amazing, and it was just, to be able to pet them, touch them, you felt like they were alive. They were alive to us.
It's such an interactive experience, and really so great for families, and having the second, having Stormfly here also for the hour plus we waited. It was nice to have both.
Right, and then to top it all off, you get to go and meet Toothless. I mean, that's he is the star, right? It's the Toothless meet and greet.
Yes.
So anyway, we're just going to kind of watch some more of this interaction here. We're going to get some pictures, and they do have their version of PhotoPass. I'm not sure what it's called there, but they do have photographers, and they'll take your pictures, and you could buy the pictures if you want. They actually took our phones and took pictures for us, and they did a very good job. They did such a good job, I didn't feel I needed to buy the pictures. Here we are, and now immediately after, we're going to meet Toothless. And Toothless had a Viking here with, I forgot his name, but he did tell us who he was. But he kind of set up and told us the rules of meeting Toothless. Toothless was very friendly.
And also, you hear anytime you meet any of the dragons, you're told where to put your hand, and it's kind of the top of the head, I think.
They are dragons. You have to be careful.
But this meet and greet was so many people wait because it's such a wonderful meet and greet.
And our weight really was, it said 65, it truly was 65, and it was a very hot, but it was worth every second. As soon as we walked out, I said, totally worth it. And you looked at me and you were like, absolutely worth it. So that's always a good thing when you do a meet and greet. You don't mind the wait. And it got longer. Actually, as the show would get out, there's the show, the dragon. What's the show called again?
Oh, the Untrainable Dragon, which is a
amazing
really terrific show.
Excellent. We did see that on the second day. When that show gets out, a lot of the guests from that show get right in line. And then the line can be extra long, so you want to try to time it if you can.
And I just want to mention, there's also these little shows, like we've only seen Pouncer, but with the baby dragons.
Oh, that was good.
And you don't have to wait really for those if you happen to catch it.
Yeah, due to space limitations, I didn't put that in, but we'll certainly link to that. That was excellent.
Pouncer is totally adorable.
So now we're going to have lunch at the Atlantic restaurant.
And the Atlantic is a table service restaurant, currently the only table service restaurant that is operating, and really we're going to be here probably also open on opening day. There's
a lot more on the menu I would like to try. It's quite the extensive menu,
and it's a nice respite from being out, especially on these hot days where it's like 90 degrees. And you're supposed to be in like a Victorian aquarium. That's what the theme here is, and these fish are rotating. It really is a beautiful restaurant with gorgeous views of the fountains.
And apparently this was the first day that the fish were moving, rotating. So that was an extra bonus for us.
And the restaurant is just really beautiful. You've got the blue. You've got even the cups there are blue, and the scales, and like the carpet looks like bubbles. It's just a really beautiful setting. And there's quite the selection of drinks. I went for the Abita Amber Lager, and I think you went for did you have a red wine? I had a glass of red wine that went with my filet. So the Atlantic restaurant, the food, you can go not too expensive, or you can spend quite a bit of money. I think we went on a higher end food, but I didn't go too crazy on the drink. So we started with that heart of palm Caesar salad, which we'll show. This is you would consider it a higher end restaurant, but again, you don't have to go too high.
Right. Exactly.
Like you can have a burger.
You can have a burger for $21.
You can have a burger.
And it looks like it's a great burger.
You can have a burger and a soda and not spend that much.
I did enjoy everything we had, actually. The salad was really good. I know you didn't like the cheese. See how you have the cheese here? But I enjoyed that, so it was nice to split.
I wouldn't like it, even if it's not like in almost like little cups. So we ordered the heart of palm Caesar salad. That's what this is, with romaine, crispy Parmesan, the heart of palm, focaccia. Those croutons are amazing.
Yeah, they were delicious.
I really love that. And black Parmesan black pepper dressing. Now here you have your lobster roll, which has like a half a pound of lobster.
Yeah, it was quite a substantial lobster roll. The house-made chips were also very good. I like that they gave you the little butter, and even the plate with the scales, and they keep that whole theming of the seafood theme. But the lobster was really good. I'm not sure if it was a Maine lobster. It didn't taste like it was a Maine lobster to me, but I'd put it right up there with the Boathouse. I would still give the edge to the Boathouse, but it was very delicious and a good amount.
And I had the Atlantic filet mignon at 6-ounce premium Angus beef, the potato meal food. It's like, I always say it wrong. Mille-feuille.
Fancy, very fancy.
It's like
a fancy potato.
It's like slices of potato, and it's actually quite delicious.
Yeah, you let me try it. It was very delicious, and the steak was very delicious as well.
And I've never seen the term used for anything but pastry, I think, before. So it was really delicious.
And you saw we were able to watch the fountains go during our meal here, and this was a nice surprise. This dessert,
the El Pulpo, and it looks like like white chocolate tentacles of an octopus, and that is pistachio sponge cake and graham cracker crumble and raspberries. And this I wasn't sure from the menu if we would like it.
It works.
It's
delicious.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And beautiful. Really well done.
And as you can see, the restaurant itself, very elegant, really.
And the music,
that's the feel of it. Elegant.
The music is wonderful. Yeah. I just want to say, I hope that they take the music of Epic Universe and put it on an album. Because,
They are.
I didn't
there is
even
an
hear
album
that.
that will be released on opening day, but it's
I
a
didn't-
record. It's a
Oh.
vinyl album.
Oh, well,
I'll still buy it.
yes, I would love to listen to it because even here in the restaurant, the music is wonderful and it just sets the tone perfectly.
So that was our experience then. At some point, we were over here at Super Nintendo World, and the whole reason of going there was we were hoping to catch a glimpse of one of the characters especially. And here he is,
And
Toad.
in 2 days, we saw one character here.
But the one we really wanted, because he is adorable.
Well, you wanted also Donkey Kong.
Of course, but he has not
Toad
been
was
out.
so cute.
I was told he has not appeared at all yet.
Oh, I thought he did because I thought I saw a video of him. But anyway, Toad is super cute, bounces around a little bit, and then ran right past us. So that's what we
Well,
saw.
at least we saw him a little bit. So now we're going to have some more food here. This was actually on our first day after we had that big breakfast buffet. And we, of course, ended up in France. This is 1920s Paris. And what better place for us to have lunch on our first day there?
Right. The Café L'air de la Sirène is one of two, I think, main counter service locations. And we didn't even realize about the second one. This one is much... You pass it.
Much more obvious. The other one is sort of hidden in the back alleys.
Right, and an amazing in its own right. But we loved this location. We were here twice.
Yeah, we ended up going back for butterbeer and some drinks. So I mean, just sitting outside really sells it for me because we've done that a lot in the real Paris, and you actually feel like
it does feel like that.
Almost, except for there is no smoke. And there's no.
Oh,
well, that's true.
I know.
I don't. You normally would have smoke, and you would have the traffic.
Overall, it felt very, very much like a Parisian experience. And
but
of
we're
course,
still looking at the inside. The inside's very elegant.
And I was about to mention that we're looking at. You've got like macaron towers here. It really is a beautiful interior, but we spent all of our time outside.
And you had, it looks like
a glass of wine.
White wine, and I had a 1664, which a blonde, which is something that I would get often when we were just recently in Paris.
And look here, it looks so much. I mean, we were just in Paris less than 2 weeks ago, and it just looks so much like that.
And we visited this same area. Where Sacré-Cœur, we went inside Sacré-Cœur just a few weeks ago. So to be here, there it is right there. It's just amazing how close this feels.
And of course, it's supposed to be, 1920s
1920s
Paris, even though 2025 Paris looks very much
similar.
The same. So here is, I had a boeuf bourguignon, and...
not the best, you say.
No, it was okay. It was not bad. It came with the mashed potatoes, and then you had the poulet, the poulet à la Provençal, I believe is how you would say it.
The poulet was fantastic.
Your chicken was excellent.
Everything about that dish. I mean, the potatoes were great. The veggie, it was really good.
But my the beef bourguignon was not like what I've had in Paris, really at all. But it wasn't that it wasn't tasty, but there was something in it that, like, when you bite into it, it felt like wood or something. Like it was like eating wood chips.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it was.
That's not something that you normally go for. But we did get dessert here. We ordered, and it's nice. You can order right to the table. We had a butterbeer brought to our table.
But you can order a butterbeer crepe as well. But that's like $20, and I heard mixed reviews, and I'm just like, maybe not right now.
And we did go to see the Le Cirque
Arcanu.
That's right. And a wonderful show. I'm so glad. The first, right before that, it had the show didn't happen. They had some technical issues, and everybody was leaving. And I was like, let's just get in line. We'll take our chances. And it went off without a hitch, and it was a great show.
And I love there's so much to look at here it's the Harry Potter area, right? Like Fantastic Beasts, but just amazing, and really amazing.
We ended up at night on our first night back here in Dark Universe, and while we're looking at Frankenstein's monster and Bride, she calls herself Bride.
Just Bride.
I just want to say I was very lucky. A friend of mine gave me a ticket where I was able to go on the Ministry ride, the Harry Potter, the big ride.
Battle of the Ministry.
Or Battle at the Ministry.
Yes.
It was spectacular. I want to thank thank him for that. It was an unexpected surprise at the end, with a half hour to go on our second night. So now we've both ridden it. We can talk about it. It is a tremendous ride. I'm not sure if I like that better or Monsters Unchained. Both e-tickets, in my opinion. But it was fun. We're going to get back to Dark Universe here. The interactions with all of these characters, fantastic.
I really enjoyed the Dark Universe characters were, the classic monsters. And we are going to be watching. You're going to purchase that.
Because of this, we're going to buy some. There's a ultimate set of 30 movies of all the classic monster movies. Yes, Igor makes a little cameo here.
And I've been trying to, before we went to Epic Universe, I tried to find some of the movies if they were on Max or whatever, but I couldn't really find any.
We found a really complete set on Amazon for a good price.
Yeah,
so
we'll need to do that.
It'll be fun, to see all. I've never even seen a lot of these classic monster movies.
I've seen some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, so very much like the Great Movie Ride, experiencing all this in the land made me want to learn more and really see all these movies. So I think that's really great. Now we're looking at the Burning Blade Tavern. It's about to live up to its name. Every time you hear the bells tolling in the land, you know that something is going to happen at the tavern. And what happens is the flames erupt and it lights on fire, just like the original Frankenstein film.
From 1931.
Yes.
And it'd be very easy, and I've done it many times, just to walk by this windmill. Mm-hmm. But, to me, Epic Universe is like an onion that you keep peeling the layers of. And so, if you go a little bit further in, you'll see there's like a little counter service area. But then if you keep going, there is this amazing indoor bar, tavern with food, I believe, and everything.
Yes.
I mean, it's just every time you go there, you're just you can just sort of...
More layers. You're seeing more and more. You're so right. It's a very good analogy.
And it's not only there. It's also in the Paris area where, we walked into that little alley and all of a sudden you have Le Goblet is a noir.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. And it's probably... I don't even know how to say it because I'd have to look it up because ET is usually A. But it was just... amazing, to keep discovering.
Yeah, our first night, we ended the night at night because there's limited nighttime when we were there. Seeing it closed at 9. We ended up at Dark Universe. The second night, we ended up in Paris, of course.
And you went on the ride,
I was on the Harry Potter ride,
I just explored and used the wands.
But even after the ride, I got off the ride right around at 9 as the park was closing. And we were able to, you had the wand, and you were able to find some really fun interactive things and explore the land, even though the park was closed. They weren't rushing you out. There was a lot of guests doing that.
And there's also a little bar that I didn't even know about. So
that looks like a good one.
Right. So there's just so much to discover, and you really need more than one day there if you're looking for atmosphere and to find everything. If you're just looking for rides, maybe you can hit everything if they're open in a day. But if you really are looking to explore and try different restaurants and, use your wand, it would be impossible to do everything in a day.
So that is another show. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and MouseFan Travel.
Head to their website, fill out that no obligation quote. They can help you with Universal Studios, Universal Epic Universe, also Disney, any cruise line, and anywhere you are looking to travel to.
And I'm hoping we're going to see the owner, Becky, in California. We are just about to be on our way to Disneyland to kick off the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. I can't wait. I was there for the 35th and the 40th and the 50th and the 60th and the 65th, and now it's the 70th anniversary, and Paint the Night is returning, so I can't wait.
Paint the Night is my favorite parade that I've ever seen, I believe.
Can we do this again in a few days?
It's such a great parade. It's just such a great parade. And I'm really looking forward to celebrating Disneyland's 70th. Both of us have been going for, 35 years or so?
About half of its existence for me.
33 years, I think, for me.
You figure my first year was the 35th, and now it's the 70th. So half of it's...
a long time.
Yes. And then... we're going to come back here just in time for opening day at Universal Epic Universe. So we can go back to the Atlantic restaurant and And what else? Who knows? But I'm looking forward to that. So a lot coming up.
Right. But then hopefully June and July will be,
they'll be still
relaxing
busy.
a little.
They'll be still busy.
But
They
not
always
to
is.
the busy that we've been
Yes.
for about
Hopefully.
a 2-month period. Hopefully.
So,
but I'm very excited about Disneyland. So I'm excited about all of it.
yeah, it's
so much to see.
A wealth of goodness, as they say. So that's it then, and we'll see everybody next week. Have a great week.
Have a great week.